What's up, everybody? It's Bale Review Stuff. And today we'll be reviewing a kit that I actually just got in the mail earlier today. The Revive version of the HG Strike Freedom. Not Strike Freedom, but Freedom Gundam. There we go, getting stuff mixed up again. Whew. But no, this is a great, well, I think it's a great kit. Some might not, because with the Freedom, and then of course later it's successor Strike Freedom, they're one of those designs that you either love it or you hate it, and that seems to be the consensus in the fan base. I am personally in the camp of I love it. At first I didn't really care for it much, but now I do. It's one of my favorites from Seed. But of course, nothing beats good old Calamity. Right. So as for the box, damn it. As for the box, that's basically it. And there's the Freedom. Let's get him standing again. Right. So, this guy retails for about 1,800 yen, which is about $18, roughly. American dollars, of course, because I live in America. Right, so, Freedom. Oh boy. I don't have the original high-grade Freedom, so I can't compare it to that. I've never messed with the original high-grade Freedom. There it goes, falling over again. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was actually mostly my fault that time. So, okay. As far as this kit goes, I don't want to say figure because it's a model kit. As far as this kit goes, articulation and everything, it's great. I will say that. Whoops. Articulation is great and everything. It's what you'd expect from a modern high grade. Actually, I think it's okay. So, one issue with it, right? Just one issue. It's not even really an issue, since with most high grades it got that ball joint down there that doesn't really move that much, and here it's just like a little swivel cap. Not really an issue. You can still move it up and down a little, but eh. Right. So before we go into articulation or anything, I want to get some comparisons out of the way. So here on the left we'll have our amazing, I can't say amazing Freedom because that's another kit, our Freedom Gundam next to the GM. So that's a nice little size comparison, I guess. They're roughly the same size, but because of the wings it's kind of hard to tell. And here we have him next to the other kit that I misnamed, the high-grade 00 Diver, which I had originally called the 00 Diver Ace. Right. And then we also have the high-grade G Self, which I think is shorter than the Strike Freedom, but not Strike Freedom, Freedom. God. The weird thing is, I only make these mistakes when I do the reviews. Oh well. And then, of course, because I only own one other Seed model kit, here he is, next to the high grade, 1:144 scale, Calamity Gundam Remaster. And the Freedom is definitely taller. Not too big of a surprise though, since I think in the anime Freedom was taller than the Calamity. Anyways, right, so now moving on to moving on to accessories. Thank you. You have his shield, which the only sticker on this is that red section right there. That's just a sticker. Oh yeah, and there's no way for this to plug into the forearm. You just have to slot it into his hand. So that makes it kind of difficult. Then you have the beam rifle, and so that blue stripe, right, is a sticker. Well, it's two stickers. one for each side. But yeah, so that's fun. Oh, and then the little handle up here goes side to side, which is pretty good. And then you have two beam saber effects for the two beam sabers that are right here and right here. And I'll get more into those later. As far as getting everything in his hand and whatnot, for the beam rifle, you just pop off the back of his hand and pop this in. It's a little wobbly, but other than that, it's fine. Shield, just slide it in there. It's a little loose sometimes, but it's fine most of the time. Actually, let's arm him up without knocking the camera over. Alright, so it just slides into his hand like that. And it's easier to do this when you take the hand off of the Gundam. But I don't want to do that. And there he is with his beam rifle and his shield. They're not really gonna fall out. They're pretty securely held. Until you take off the back cover, that is. It just plops right out. Oh God. Can I put the back back on? Thank you. Alright. Just pop his shield out. Like so. Right. I'm just trying to keep him from falling over, honestly, because those wings, I love them, they look amazing. But, they're also evil. Right, so, going into articulation, I'm gonna pop off his backpack real quick. It's just really easy to pop off because it's just two pegs that go into two holes. It holds fairly securely, but, you know. Yeah. And if you notice, without the wings, he looks kind of bland color-wise. Actually, this looks like black, right? But it's not black, it's just a dark blue. There are no black pieces on this kit. The closest they get is the gray for the joints. And so his head, right, can do a full 360. You get a tiny bit of giggity. You can go up that far, go down that far. His head is a little bit loose, but not like fall off loose. For his shoulders, you can do full 360. You can go forward that far, backwards that far. It has the same kind of polycat that the GM has, so it goes up instead of forward. So you can move shoulders up that far. And then you can go out that far with the arm. You got a full bicep swivel, but it feels, well, it is a bit tight. You got that much of a bend at the elbow, which is pretty good. I'd say it's really good. That's more than I'm probably going to end up using. And then you just got ball joint at the wrist. They can do whatever ball joint can do. As for the hip skirts, I separated them. So you can go up by that far. Kick out that far. Due to the fact that his hip skirts do the railgun thing, well, they can move out that far. But its leg can only move out that far because of these. Oh! Sorry for that. And sorry for that. Now, his legs can go back that far because of this. Okay, hold up. Alright, I'm back. I just had to deal with the dogs for a second. Right. So, moving on with articulation. These can go forward and backwards all the way if you manage to maneuver them around here. For his knee bend, he's got that much of a knee bend, which is great. Amazing knee bend. Oh yeah, and he has a toe bend, which is great for an HG. You rarely see that. His ankle can go that far. Pull it out. You can go down that far. You can go up that far. And this moves with the joint that it's on, for the most part. Right. Sorry, I'm just trying to balance the camera here. Alright, chest articulation, duh. You can go back that far. It's great. You can go forward that far, but that pops up that. He can do a full 360 if you maneuver him. Or no, he can't because of his hip skirts. Oof, okay. Right. The one big limiting factor with the freedom is, ironically, one of the things he's pretty popular for, or famous for, his wings. You kind of have to angle him a little bit weird to get him to stand properly with his wings on. Let's see if I can... I had it earlier. Alright. I'm gonna forward a little. No? No? Okay. You're being a dick. Okay, there we go. Sorry for my language. The big appeal with the freedom is its full burst mode type thing. I call it full burst mode. I know that's technically a thing with the strike freedom and not the normal freedom. But what we want to do with that is this one. Okay. So you open up his wings, right? Like that, and then you take this one. Whoops. Okay. Be like that. I hate my camera sometimes. It's like I'm trying to do a thing. Actually, I'm just gonna... Okay, so I got the wings out. They wanted to fight me a little. I tried doing it without the camera falling over as well. You take that out like that. And I am breaking it. Okay, hold up a sec. Okay, this makes it a whole lot easier. So I'm just gonna put the beam saber aside for right now. Angle those. Up. Focus. Thank you. And then you fold out the other rail gun. Go like that. And it has two handles, right? You can pop out. It'll work with me instead of against me. There you go. There's one, which you can... Crap. I'm not sure how you're supposed to... I think you're supposed to do it like this. Yeah. But you can connect it, which I don't want to do because it's weird. Oh boy. I'm just like falling apart in this review, aren't I? So there you have the full burst mode, in which he's not going to like to stand up at all without some assistance. Hey, he's standing up. However, I'm pretty sure 99% of you are not going to stand him like this. You're going to want to get him in the air. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my homemade action bases available to me at the moment. But this is a great time to bring up what I was talking about earlier with the beam sabers. So, yes, he has two beam sabers. What makes these cool is that you can connect them. Like a Darth Maul looking... Focus on it. Come on. Come on, focus, my dude. Oh, what? Like a Darth Maul looking beam saber. Just pretty cool, and just like that to detach it. And they hold semi-securely on here, but they're very easy to knock off if you hit them. And they hold them really securely in the hands. Of course, as mentioned earlier, the beams that they come with are just the standard beams that every high grade has nowadays. Fit in there rather nicely, but to get them to go in all the way, you're going to have to put a little bit of extra effort in. And taking them out, relatively easy. Now, aside from this review being somewhat cursed, I guess, in other words, all the falling apart that it's been doing, this kit is actually really, really stable and everything. I just have horrible luck when it comes to doing these reviews. But you know, the main question, as always with Gunpla kits, you know, the main reason people watch these reviews, other than sometimes I find them entertaining, is this a kit worth getting? And I would say for 1,800 yen, definitely. I mean, okay. The real grade Freedom, which I don't own, but I've heard a lot of people talk about, they say it's really good, except it likes to fall apart, and it can't stand at all. This Freedom does not have that issue. It can stand, just gotta be a little bit careful with it. And the fact, the only real difference between this and the real grade, other than the fact that this is a high grade, the other is a real grade, is this has a couple more stickers, and these dark blue bits don't separate, which isn't even a big deal for the dark blue bits not separating. As for the stickers, they're ones that you wouldn't really even think about when you actually look at it. The red outline on here, those are stickers. The red on here is a sticker, and the red on the back of these is a sticker. This is actually its own piece. And then for the head, just gonna decapitate him. It's not worse than what freaking Shin did to it. Freaking stabbed it. Right. So for the head, you only have, we have the option of using 3 stickers, right? So you got one for the camera here, one for the camera there. And then you could use the traditional eye stickers. I did not. Instead, I used the mirror stickers that they provided for the back and just colored around the eyes, which are a clear yellow plastic with a black Sharpie. So if you get the light on it, it looks like they're shining, and they actually look really nice in person, but it's hard to capture it on the camera. But yeah, it's really cool. Now, as far as painting and everything, this thing's already incredibly color accurate, and there's not much you're going to have to paint. However, that said, the little bits that you might want to paint, of course, everything with a sticker, you could paint that and it would work just fine. There, inside of these are supposed to be red, and then that's supposed to be gray. I'm going to paint it eventually, but I haven't gotten to it yet because, like I said, I just got this today. Oh, and another thing is, on the back of the legs he has these right here. They don't move. They do move on the real grade, though. One of my friends, though, who is a big fan of Gundam Seed, actually, he has the Master Grade 2.0 Freedom. And he has told me that this guy right here is basically the Master Grade 2.0 Freedom, downsized and without the Master Grade inner frame. He's saying, so basically he's saying it's just as good as the Master Grade, but it's smaller, and therefore cheaper. And from what I know, the original 2002 release of the Freedom, the high grade, did not have the full burst mode available for these at least. From what I know, the 1/60th scale Freedom didn't have it either. And no, there is no perfect grade Freedom, but there is a 1/60th no grade Freedom. Yeah. So, all in all, it's a very good kit. Go for it if you have the opportunity, or if you just like. Well, even if you don't quite like the Freedom, it's still a great kit to have, because there's still a ton of stuff you can do with it. You know, use it for customs, blah blah blah. Especially if you like the idea of the full burst mode. Plus, like, for what it is, it's at a really good price. Like, almost a steal. I actually got it for like $21 because of Amazon. But it got here in 2 days, so that was great. But yeah, no. Get it if you can, if you want it. That's always the thing with Gunpla, is that don't get a kit just because, you know, someone online says it's a good kit. Get it if it's one you want. Now, if it's a design with multiple kits, then yes, go for the one that seems to be the best of whatever grade you want it in. Like, if you don't like the 1/100th scale, you know, like Master Grades and stuff, and you like the Freedom, go for this. Go for this over the real grade. Plus the fact that real grades are always rather delicate anyways. But yeah, no. This has been Bale Review stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.